Hello, welcome back to our next episode of Welcome to Madison. I'm excited to see what happens this session after the exciting things that happened last week. It was a lot of stuff happening. It was such a good show. So I'm excited to see what happens this week. Before we jump in, a couple quick words about sponsors. They are Fundamental RPG. That is a simple D20 system that's not tied to a genre, so you can use it to play any style of game that you like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. You can pick up the physical books on Amazon, just search for Fundamental RPG. Or if you prefer PDFs, or if you'd like to try the free quick play guide, you can grab both of those at coffee.com/raven, like it's spelled in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Our other sponsor is Die Hard Dice. They sell incredible polymer and metal dice sets and accessories. I highly recommend checking them out at dieharddice.com. Use the code FUNRPG, that's FUNRPG, all one word, capital letters. You can get 10% off of your entire order. And they have some really, really cool stuff, so definitely go check that out. That is it for our sponsors, so I will go ahead and pass it on over to Nikki to do our intros and take it away.
Okay, let's start with the intros. Emily, you're first.
Yeah, I'm Emily. I'm at Timberdoodles on Twitter. I'm a digital artist and I complain a lot. I play Dr. Donald Reed, or Don, NASA JPL engineer, who, as of the end of our last session, was glad to be leaving Madison forever. Forever.
Okay, now Ran.
Hi, I'm Ran at Ran Plays Games. I am a person who plays games and designs them. That's what I do, and I write as well. I am playing Jonathan Merrow, recently revealed as a horror writer, which explains why he has not been surprised by anything that has happened in Madison. And as of last session, he found out that the book that he's been struggling with for the last 6 months magically wrote itself while he was in the murder town, which was the thing that finally broke him.
Okay, and I am I'm just going to start the game because I am tongue-tied for some reason. Sorry, everyone. So we last left off, it seemed like you all went into the sunset happily, right? Well, not
to
the
some
sunset.
extent.
John, tell
Yes.
us about, you just wrote the book, correct?
Yes.
And I'm going to say this is after this latest book has been published, like you're on a book tour?
Okay, so it's been like 8 months?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to say as you go into the book tour, you'll accidentally go into the diner. I'm sorry.
So what, I'm like meant to be heading into a bookstore for a signing or something? When
Yes.
I push the door open, I'm in the diner instead?
Yes.
Okay.
And do you want to describe what goes on when you do that?
Well, what's the diner look like? Last time I saw it, it was like a demon hole full of murder, so...
It looks like it did the first day you walked in. It's just not snowing.
Okay. What time of year is it now?
Fall.
Okay, awesome. Well, because John was on his way to a signing, it means that he has been unearthed from the giant hoodie and is wearing like nice clothes with his hair like tied back. So a very handsome man with some very obvious facial scarring, wearing a neat like black velvet suit jacket and skinny jeans, walks into the diner. probably entirely unrecognizable as John, because that's the whole point.
Does he recognize the diner?
So he will look around, take off his glasses, like clean them on the edge of his shirt, put them back on, turn around to look behind him at the door, open the door, step back through the door, realize he is outside, open the door, step back through the door, and do this like 3 or 4 times. Then pat down his jacket looking for his phone, sigh heavily, and go sit in one of the diner booths.
Okay.
Imagine that was an elevator. Now you know what Dawn felt like.
You are bringing Dawn in, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So John hears outside what sounds like a motorcycle, but one of those like high octane sports bikes approaching. And it kind of stops and the engine idles, and then it sounds like it turns around and goes speeding off away as fast as it can. I'm assuming that's not gonna work.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, so whoever was on the bike came up, saw the diner, stopped for a second, turned around, and tried to speed away from the town as fast as they could. But yeah, I'm assuming that's not gonna work.
No.
It's gonna be like one of those impossible spaces where they wind right back up there. Wind up there again.
Exactly.
There is it's difficult to make out the words, but there is definitely what sounds like very angry yelling outside.
Just like in parentheses, it's like angry Texan noises.
Yeah. And the engine shuts off, and Dawn walks in. He is dressed in like a really nice, really fancy, like that sport bike gear. And he's got a helmet under one arm with like fancy LED strips on it and stuff. Like it looks like he was out for a ride like in the evening or something and somehow wound up here. He is not dressed at all like what he was last time.
I love we kind of reversed it, like we've got you in your casual and John dressed up nice for a conference now, basically.
And he kind of looks around and looks at John and just stares for a second. How long have you been here?
John will reach in and pull out an actual pocket watch from his waistcoat pocket, look at it and go, I think about 45 minutes, I think. Hi. And he'll wave awkwardly, like.
Dawn just kind of does the Futurama Fry squint just like around the diner. Like, is there anybody else there? Is it just the two of them?
There's a really, really old guy at the counter. And in one of the booths there was a woman that Poe had driven in when he first came in, and she's sitting in one of the booths. That's it.
Dawn kind of takes a breath and tries to calm himself. He still looks really tense everywhere else, but expression-wise, he seems somewhat calmer.
Oh, John looks fully hunted. Like, he looks so uncomfortable.
Oh, so does what were you doing when you
I had just gone and gotten a coffee, and John will hold up like a Starbucks cup that is now empty, and puts it back on the table. And I was just heading in to do a thing, and everyone stepped away for a second so I could do some breathing before, because there were a lot of people there. And then when I opened the door and stepped through into the store, instead of the store, I was here.
Oh, that's right. The book tour thing. It's just a store instead of an elevator. Great, wonderful.
Yes. I'm going to be in so much trouble. They're going to think that I ran away again.
Yes, well, I tried to drive away, but apparently, as predicted, all roads lead back to Madison.
Yes. Apparently. And John will be kind of like fussing with his cuffs, like clearly trying to pull the suit jacket down a little bit, but it's actually well tailored, so he can't pull it over his hands, etc. Like,
John, check your coffee. Make sure it's empty. I think it might be full.
he will pop the top of his coffee. Is it full?
Yes.
Do I have a permanent caramel macchiato? Okay.
Yeah, Dawn is immediately trying to text Sherry. I'm in town. Why am I in town? What is going on?
There's no response at first, but you do have a meal in front of you now.
Like, he looks at the phone and then looks up and it's there.
Yeah.
At least it isn't
No, it's
snowing
not
this
snowing.
time. John, trying to look on the bright side. It could be raining.
Sherry doesn't answer right away.
I thought we'd resolved all of it. It felt like we'd resolved everything, didn't we?
Yeah, it did. It sure did, didn't it?
Right. Not that I'm not pleased to see. Of course, it's very nice to see you again, Don. Please don't mistake my meaning.
No, it's just here is the.
Yeah.
It's just being here.
Yes, precise. If I had met you in, say, Michigan, which was where I was, I would have been very pleased to see you. I mean, other than the fact that we would have both been in Michigan, but theoretically. Theoretically.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, not so theoretically. We're here for some reason.
So there must be some reason, and John will reach into his jacket and pull out his bullet journal and begin flipping through, looking for information, because he's been researching now his latest supernatural incident, which was this.
What has he been researching exactly?
So demons, towns that trap people in them, and the concept of like bloodline magic and succubi, because he has now started writing a book about the last supernatural incident, because that's what he does. Like, the previous book he wrote was about what happened in Madison in season 1. So now that book is published, his next book is about what happened in Madison season 2.
Did he get any of the records that they had in season 1 that they found?
I don't know, because that was why he was in Madison in the first place. And then he didn't get a chance to research before all the shit went down.
As the library, there was a clear flashing a million red flags don't go into the library.
Yeah.
He just wants to go. John will look up from his notebook and say, "I need to do more research. We should go to the library."
When he looks up, he's going to see there's a bowl of vegetarian stew in front of him.
Oh, did you order for me? I didn't think I was that distracted. Wait,
No.
have you seen any wait staff?
No, just a no. Wait.
No, Don has set his helmet on the table and is resting his forehead against the top of his helmet and just mutters something under his breath that sounds vaguely like cursing.
Right. Well, yes, I think perhaps the library.
You can try, yeah.
What do you think, Don?
I mean, might as well. Something.
Unless you have any better ideas.
I mean, something sure wanted to keep us out last time. I just tried texting Cherry, but she hasn't responded yet. So.
Yes, I'm sure my phone is on me. I mean, there's nowhere else it would be. I'm just not certain where. If it's been like 6 to 8 months, Don will know from the group chat that every so often John just disappears for like 4 or 5 days, and then we'll be back and be like, "I lost my phone, sorry guys." Like about once every 2 to 3 weeks, he loses his phone for the majority of a week. And every time it's like, "It was in my pocket. I just never thought to look there. Crazy." So he's like, I'm sure it's here somewhere. It'll turn up.
Yes, of course.
So are you two just sitting or just going to leave? Or are you going to talk to any NPCs, look around, or just head straight for the library?
Let's see, the old man isn't familiar, is he? Doesn't look familiar or anything?
He was the same old man from the first episode.
It's the police.
So the one who got the coffee?
Yes, and who kept like annoying Nina by having her like open the sugar packets for him and every single thing. And it's like the girl is from the first episode. This is basically the first episode, almost the first episode scene.
John will very quickly stop by the booth that the girl is at. Excuse me, miss. I apologize for interrupting. I was just wondering, what's the date today?
Today is October 1st.
October 1st. Okay, thank you very much. You know how it is. Changeovers it can get a bit confused. Jet lag. Like John isn't really saying full sentences. He's just saying like excuse words as he backs back to Don. Does that match up with what I thought it was?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Right. So it doesn't look like we've lost any time, at least.
Yeah, but that's a month and a day, not a year, so...
Right. I'll admit, I didn't want to seem like a TV show traveler, like time traveler. You know, and they're like, "What's the date?" No, the full... Do you know?
Don kind of
find a
glances around
to figure that out.
Don kind of glances around to see if there's like a calendar or a flyer or anything posted
Newspaper?
with like a date on it.
Not inside the diner, no.
No, of course not.
There's not like a stack of newspapers on the bar or anything like that?
This is Madison. There's no newspapers.
Okay. Well, perhaps a short walk?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
I suppose you have a vehicle we could...
I mean, Don kind of holds up the motorcycle helmet. I only have one with me, and it'd be a little bit of a tight fit.
So walk then.
Walk's probably a better idea.
Yes.
So do you two go outside?
And John will grab a cane from that's been leaned up against the table that you didn't quite notice before. He's wearing fancy leg, which is not old one.
Which is not what? Sorry, it got off a bit.
Not quite as comfortable to walk on, so he has a cane with him. Like, he's clearly dressed up to look nice, not dressed up to be comfortable and find it easy to move around.
Dawn kind of looks around the diner and it's like, it's deja vu, except and he kind of lowers his voice a little bit, except the guy behind the counter isn't being a raging asshole this time.
True. And no wait staff, and no demon real estate tycoons. I will say, I did do some research into that man after the fact, and there was very little about him anywhere that I could find.
Interesting. Dawn does kind of pause and turn around and go up to the counter to the older guy, and he is hoping that maybe he's not gonna be an asshole this time. And he puts on his best pleasant, polite smile and says, "Excuse me, do you happen to know, is there an Anabaptiste in town?"
Shoot, I haven't heard much from her lately.
How about she had a relative who was visiting Sherry?
Yes, the sweet girl.
Yes, very sweet girl. Do you know, is she still around?
In that house, they stay awful quiet lately.
Lately? How recently is lately? Like, did they just very suddenly get quiet, or?
No, about a year.
A year. And Dawn kind of looks over at John because it's supposedly been like 8 months.
Yeah. Oh dear. I'm sorry, sir. Do you have a newspaper or?
Not with me. We don't get much news here. Not much happens.
Right. I see. I do apologize. I think that there might be something wrong with my watch. So I was just hoping for the time and date so I can reset it. And John will kind of like jingle the pocket watch a little bit.
Noon, October 1st. 19. I'm sorry, over the table. I'm just trying to figure out what year. He just
19 has already thrown John pretty badly.
He just mumbles a year. He mumbles a year because there's not really a year.
And it's
Is it
like
before
it's
like
clearly
1990?
Yeah, 1990. Why not?
Okay. Oh, well, fun fact, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday, young man.
Thank you.
And Dawn gives John kind of a look that's like, "Oh, I am so sorry." Like of all days for this to happen. And he kind of looks back to the guy behind the counter. There wasn't a house fire or something a while back? 'Cause
Not.
he distinctly remembers like Baptiste's house exploded or something.
Yeah,
Well,
that did happen.
I'm not sure about that. My shift is over at 6 p.m. I go home. I get my coffee. I mean, my tea. I watch my shows, and I go to sleep until 9 a.m.
Right.
It's your birthday, you said, young man?
Yes.
I got a little something for you. He reaches into his pocket
Very kind.
and he gives you a $5 bill.
Oh, well, in 1990, this is worth quite a lot.
And like some mints. I don't know.
That's very kind of you, sir. Thank you very much. And John will just like slide it into his inner jacket pocket. This $5 bill, does it look like an American $5 bill?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay. It's not like a weird Madison $5 bill where
No.
it's like money isn't real. Woo woo woo.
No, it's an American $5 bill.
Okay.
Don kind of stares at it because it's like this is the first he's heard, pretty much, of money being in Madison, which is kind of weird.
And if you notice, the guy has a plate in front of him with all the stuff unwrapped. Like he's got a really nice plate of food in front of him. No wait staff still.
Huh.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your time, sir. Don, shall we repair to somewhere else?
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
He, again, still has that pleasant, very, very convincing, pleasant smile on his face. And, well, thank you very much, sir. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Enjoy the town.
Yes, enjoy the town. Before turning around to head out the door with John.
As soon as they are outside and like out of view, John is going to like just lean against the wall and take some deep and calming breaths.
Yeah, Don just walks up to his motorcycle, and it is like a really nice, again, one of those fancy high octane sports bikes. And it does have some saddlebags on it, so it looks like maybe he had been planning on going on like a short trip or something, but he puts his helmet zips his helmet up in a bag on like the back of it and kind of heaves a sigh. Like, not this shit again.
Did everyone look 90s? Like were they dressed 90s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can't really tell with the girl because, styles will come back around.
Yeah. Okay. But like looking around now, because we're on the road, like on the street.
It looks like just a small town. There is.
Yeah, there are people on the street.
There are. No, there's only a few people.
Okay. And did they look 90s? Like
No,
90s fashion?
They look just dressed up.
Dressed up, like formal?
Like Sunday best.
Sunday best. Okay.
And there is a town square, there's a ladder, and somebody is on the ladder hanging a sign.
What does the sign say?
What is it? Happy Founders Day.
Don just kind of stares at the sign, like there's some recognition there. What's the weather like out? Is it fairly pleasant?
Yes.
And what time of day is it?
Noon.
It's okay, so it's like noon. Is there like a stage or anything in the middle of
Yes.
town? Don
Yes.
stares at the stage.
And there's somebody hanging a sign.
Oh god.
Who is the person hanging the sign? What do they look like?
It looks like D.
John will kind of slap Don on the shoulder once and then do that thing where it's like rattle, 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 like tap, 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 tap.
Yeah, Don, since it's nice out, Don was in the middle of unzipping his jacket, and underneath he's wearing a shirt with Daft Punk, and it says, "I, for one, welcome our robot overlords."
Don, tap, 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 tap,
yes,
tap, tap.
what?
Don, correct me if I'm the young lady hanging that sign. Tap, 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 tap.
Yes, he looks, and just stares, because last he heard and knew, D was very much dead.
It does look like, right?
No, yes, that looks very much like her. Maybe a quick little detour before the library, just say hello and maybe see what's going on there.
Yes. Yes, that's probably a sensible idea. Yes. And John will just kind of like fold back so he's standing at Don's shoulder, like just slightly behind him.
Yeah, Don grabs a couple of things from the saddlebags first, kind of tucks them into his jacket before heading towards. Otherwise he would not be going near this stage and this sign, because this is just red flags. But he starts heading towards at least who looks like he, and he stops several feet away and D?
The person turns and the ladder starts to wobble.
Oh, he rushes to grab it and steady it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for helping.
Does she look like she recognizes him at all?
No. She said, "Welcome to Madison. I'm Dee. I'll be your tour guide."
And there's just this blank look on his face for a moment.
John has now pulled a different book out of his jacket, and is like flipped to the beginning of it and is reading. And you'll see like it's like a paperback novel, but he is just like reading the beginning of it and like looking up at D and then looking back at the book and then looking up at D.
Yeah, the description fits.
Does Dee look younger than she did?
Yes.
When they list. Oh. Oh no.
So you two must be the new tour group. I don't have my paper right now, but I can show you around the town. You have free lodging at the bed and breakfast.
Speaking of the town, just out of curiosity, have you ever been out of town before?
No, I've been in Madison my whole life.
And again, the expression on Don's face just absolutely sinks.
Right. Well, that's very interesting. And I very much appreciate the concept of a tour. It seems like a very charming town that you have here. I would be particularly very interested in the library.
The library, yes.
Yes. I'm a bit of a bookworm.
The library is right over there. D points to it.
Great.
You can get you have a complimentary card in your tour guide, and you can check out as many books as you like. We do not have library fines. We just ask that you return our books in the condition that you got them in.
Excellent. And John will pat down the jacket and then be like, I may have misplaced my my tour packet.
Likewise.
I'm very forgetful, and Don gave me his to look after as well, and John will look sheepish.
There is a display right there with some tour guides in the glass thing. It's like a newspaper thing, but it's just has tour guides in it.
Right, great.
And if you look away, D is gone. Just like that.
Right. Well, I'd like to roll a gut feeling, please.
Yes.
Yeah, like see if that was like a phantom or.
I would also like to add horror fan to this.
Yes,
I feel like
yes,
it's
please
relevant.
do.
14, 17, 18.
20 for me.
Y'all just saw a ghost or something like a ghost.
Great. John will very calmly pick up 2 tour guides and hand one to Don, then hook the hand that isn't holding the cane around like Don's elbow and begins to walk very like strongly in the direction of the library.
Yeah, Don has this kind of look of familiarity, like it's not the first time he has seen these ghosts, oddly enough. And yeah, off to the library. Hopefully, the last time we were there, he everywhere turned out to be hellfires, so he's hoping for no repeats on that.
It looks really boring today, except for, seeing a random ghost.
You know what? Here, boring is kind of good.
Right. So, into the library, the first thing John is going to do is he's going to look at the new releases table and see if there is anything that is more current than 1990s on it.
Yes, actually. Your latest book is on a display.
Right.
Don still has marked on his tablet the spots, and he has to dig for it because it's an older file now. But he had marked, unless the layout of the library has changed, where there was that bookshelf that swung open and
Yes.
trapdoor.
Yes.
Let's go investigate.
So are they still there, or has stuff
No,
been changed
it's
around?
still there.
Oh, John will pull that classic author move where he grabs like a pen out of his jacket and signs the books that he finds on the table, like as little secret treasures for whoever borrows them next.
Librarians are just watching and, I don't know, laughing or something.
Okay.
Like they
Yeah.
don't mind. They know they can recognize him because he looks
Yeah, you
like
can
John.
recognize him from his author's picture now because he looks like that guy rather than like a vaguely homeless teenager.
Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say the shelf that swings out, is it like in view of the librarians or anybody else watching?
It is in view and it looks like there's somebody sitting there.
So maybe not a good idea to just go ahead.
You can try.
Dawn kind of looks over to John like, I don't know. Do you think this is the best idea to just And he kind of glances to
Person sitting over there.
to the person sitting there, and then the section of shelf that's swung open last time, or should swing
Right.
open.
This is possibly the only situation where I am comfortable. I can handle this. And John will walk over to the person sitting there. Who is it?
You can't really tell. They are just kind of sitting. There's a book in their lap. They've got like a hoodie.
Hi, excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. Do they look up?
No.
Have they turned a page?
No.
John will kind of duck down a little bit to catch their eyes.
I'm just trying to think of how to describe this. Their eyes are like looking down where the book would be, where the book is, but you do see like a red curl like peek out from the hoodie.
Okay. And they haven't turned a page in this book in like the last 2 minutes.
No.
So they're either a very slow reader or they're not actually reading.
Correct.
Okay. And they aren't reacting to people talking to them.
No.
If I sit next to them and like kind of accidentally knock my cane into their shoe, what happens?
They fall over.
They just fall over? Jesus
Yes.
Are you all
Well,
right?
I mean-
And John will scramble.
No, the person is dead.
I was gonna say, yeah, Don's gonna run over too, and
It's it's Nina, and you see like a lizard skitter off that's been biting her.
Don just kind of stares, and his face goes pale, and
And the book is John's book, by the way.
John just continues making distress noises.
She didn't even get past the first page.
like, is okay. Is there any sense of how long she has been dead?
But a little while, she's been nibbled on a lot.
Oh, is there even any sign of like how she died or what killed her? Because Dawn is seriously doubting that a little lizard, unless it's like some exotic venomous thing, which the only venomous lizards he can think of are like Gila monsters.
Yeah.
He seriously doubts that the lizard is the culprit.
No, it's not. Something got her, sliced her throat.
And there's like no blood on her clothing or anything?
Not that you can see right now. No.
Well,
what we... I would like another gut feeling, please.
Yes.
yes.
So that's a 30. No, it isn't.
Oh.
I can't read. It's a 10, so plus 14, 14. It's 14.
No, you got a 26. I got a 10.
So I did roll a 30. Okay, I was like, shit, I can't read for shit. But I can.
No,
It's a 30.
I was saying I'm glad you rolled too, because I rolled
Are you-
terrible.
Are you trying to gut feeling what's going on?
Yeah, what the fuck, basically. Basically, what the fuck.
This town is haunted.
Yes. No, even Rand has figured that out.
Yeah, you're pretty sure if you turn away, the body will disappear. It's just,
Can I just get like some guidance here? Like, where should we be looking? Like, with
Yeah,
a 30, I feel like I can get like a couple of hints, you know?
It's just like,
yeah.
Dawn-
I'm trying to figure out what to.
Dawn
you're
does
looking
kind of
for.
glance to the librarian to see if they're looking at this or notice
No.
anything or any.
No, they're back. They're shelving books now. So clearly there's something unsettled in the town. It's full of ghosts. And
It sure is.
So this ghost was by that bookshelf you were looking at. I want to say she was kind of not pointing with her hands, but like the way she was. I want to say the shelf she was on probably has a book that has research in it about the town.
Okay, John will go pick that up.
And then you could still go through the secret door if you wanted to.
Right. Well, interestingly enough, it appears that we've made a bit of a genre switch from demons to ghosts.
And me without my proton pack.
Oh, Ghostbusters. Yes, I've seen that. Well, considering, and he'll just pick up the book and slide it into his jacket. Like, I think that investigating that fake shelf we found is probably a good first move. And maybe don't trust your eyes too much.
Yeah, no, that seems to be 2 for 2 so far. And he kind of looks back to where Nina was on the ground to see if she's still there even.
No.
She's gone.
And I think maybe we should be a bit cautious if we run into Sherry as well. As much as I hate to say it, it does appear that mysterious women are perhaps not great at the moment.
Honestly, I'd say mysterious anyone. And Dawn kind of goes about looking for a way to get this bookshelf open, any kind of a switch or a book that looks like it's fake or kind of hasn't been moved in a really long time, or
since you got a good score before, I want to say you do find a book, but it's in like a kind of a script kind of language. I don't know what languages you know, but it looks slightly out of place. If you pull it, it will open it.
Cool. What's behind the bookshelf?
It is.
John will copy down what it says on the spine of that book when we pull it because he wants to look it up.
Okay. It's a little room that has some more old books in it, and it's got a chest and like somebody was staying. Looks like somebody might have been staying there, and there is a trap door in that room.
Right. Well, John, in true adventurer fashion, is going to start going through this person's stuff.
What is Dawn going to do?
Does the chest look like it's really old?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna want to look through the chest, see what's in it.
Okay.
But he also wants to make sure that the shelf doesn't swing shut on them, so he grabs just a random book off of a shelf and like props it up against the opening, so if nothing else there'll be like a crack,
like a solid like a hard
a couple in like
bar.
yes
Yeah.
So there'll be like 2 or 3 inch crack if it swings shut. He doesn't even fully trust that, but at least there will have an attempt will have been made.
Okay, I'm just going to be nice and say the door will not swing shut on you all. I'm not going to trap you in the secret library room forever.
There are worse places to be than a secret library room, John will think to himself.
There's a lot of old like old fantasy books, but stuff like the Oz books and
So like early 1900s rather than early 21st
Yeah.
century.
early 1900s or earlier. Some epics, some mythology books, foods, a change of clothing, a blanket.
Change of clothing for who? Like, what kind of person?
Somebody who likes overalls.
Okay.
It's not really that helpful.
Okay.
Does the food look like it's from around here? Because with the mountaineering thing, Dawn has traveled a lot.
No.
Okay.
How old does the food look? Like, is it fresh? Is it
Yeah, it's still
preserved?
fresh.
Is it okay?
Um,
Hmm.
and inside the chest is like supplies for for food. There are some mountaineering supplies in there, and there is just supplies. There's no money. There's papers, and inside of the under the mattress is another book.
Oh,
An
what's
old
this
one. That one is in the same language as the book that you were pulling out at first, that you pulled out to get into the room.
Okay. Well, that one's going in the jacket. It's starting to look a bit bulky.
Do the
Well, there's a bag inside of the chest if you want.
I feel like that'll be a little obvious if we run into this person. We have their bag.
Yeah.
Do
That's
the
fine.
mountaineering supplies look modern, or do they look like they match the age of the chest they're in?
They look like they match the age of the chest they're in.
Okay. But they're like in good condition.
Yes.
Like they haven't
Yeah, they've been
rotted
taken
or
care
anything,
of. Yeah, they've been really well taken care of.
which is really unusual. So, because that wouldn't be like synthetic materials and stuff. which
Right.
That's, yeah, Don's side-eyeing the hell out of that. Because that'd be old. That'd be like iron and steel and
Mm-hmm.
like hempen and cotton rope and stuff. And
Yeah, it's all
That
really,
would-
really well taken care
that
of.
should, if it's as old as the chest, it should not be in that good a condition. At least not naturally, but this is Madison. So, John does at least take a look in the bag. He doesn't move it. He tries not to move it. But he does take a look in the bag just to see if they can figure out who it belongs to.
There's some very old jewelry. It's like gold. There is an embroidered kind of piece of cloth. Looks like a journal, again written in that strange language, and some dried flowers.
John, you seem to be the magic guy. Any of this look like spell components? And he kind of gestures to the dry flowers, and he
Let me have a look.
points to the journal because I
Ooh,
suspect
John loves the
Right back.
journal.
John probably would not recognize the language.
Oh, did Nikki just leave?
Said be right back.
Do.
Well, at least the place isn't on fire. That's
It's better. It is
Awesome.
better.
It's better.
Less sounds of screaming and death as well, which I am pro.
Yes.
Did you get my I sent you did you get the package I sent?
With the books, with the signed book.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
It's quite good, despite being about this place. I did read it. I hope you don't take it personally that I only read it once and don't plan to read it again.
No, that was why I included one of the other ones as well, because I thought perhaps you wouldn't want to read about Madison, but the publisher was like, no, you have to send the most recent one as well. So I thought perhaps the combination would then be a bit more.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I don't suppose Dawn would recognize the language in the journal.
What languages does he speak?
At most, he would know some Latin from university. He would recognize Greek, and he would recognize cuneiform, but he would not be able to understand them.
Okay, it's none of those. What about John?
I'm just gonna give John mine because then I won't get annoyed about it. So he can do English, French, Latin, Japanese, hieroglyphics, ancient Norse, and a couple of the linears.
Okay. Why don't you roll a
with passing familiarity with Russian.
Okay, it is. I think it's the same family. I'm not. No, it's not. Why don't you roll? Is it what?
Education?
Yeah, education.
Can I add my researcher to this?
Yes, please.
34.
Okay, it is. It looks slightly Turkish.
Okay, so it's like an Arabic base, like a Coptic base?
Yeah. Yes, Coptic base.
Okay. Coptic base. All right, well, because he knows hieroglyphics in ancient Egyptian, Coptic base, he can flip through his bullet journal, have a look at the Arabic in it, and hopefully use that to get some vague idea of what's going on.
Okay, it is it's a journal written by somebody who was in a town and was trying to get out.
Any name?
Yes. I'm just gonna do it like Eleni.
Eleni?
Yes.
John will read bits translated aloud to Don, so he has an idea of what's going on.
Eleni, was there a mention of an Elena before?
Yeah. There was.
Just trying to remember in what context. Because Elena, that sounds like it almost a one-to-one translation.
Well, another clue is the person that was outside of the room.
Nina?
Yeah.
Nina said she'd been trying to get out of the town, hadn't she? Or wanted to leave the town?
Yeah.
Well.
And Nina was from Georgia.
Yes.
which matches, well, not really Turkish, but Yeleni sounds like a Cyrillic name.
Well, it doesn't match up
I-
doesn't quite match up with Turkish, but some of the languages spoken or close to Turkish.
Nina is definitely a westernization of something. Had we ever seen Nina wear overalls?
I think so, that during that time where the missing episode where everybody spent lots of time together.
Does it look about the right size to fit Nina?
Yeah.
I think this might be Nina's.
Didn't Nina talk about her childhood at one point and say something about orange trees? Or am I completely misremembering something?
No, she did.
Oh. Dawn kind of pauses for a moment and looks at John. We had to get that orange branch. What language did you say that journal was in roughly?
Well, it's related to Turkish, but I don't think it's actually Turkish. It's definitely got some vaguely Cyrillic edge to it.
The orange trees were in Georgia.
Yes.
Nina talked about growing up in a place with orange trees.
Yes. I do think that this is all Nina's.
And what the hell happened in... Oh, she talked about growing up in a place with orange trees, and then Janie, and oh, I guess that would explain the age of everything. Right. Then what the hell happened to Nina? Like, what act? Something tells me Nina's not really going to mind if we take any of this with us. Is there any sign that any of it, other than us having been here, has been used or messed with super recently?
No.
So
the
it's
food
been
is fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, like it was just abandoned, but not that long ago.
So there hasn't been anybody here, at least for like a few days or something.
Right.
Dawn kind of looks at the trapdoor in the middle of the room. And he's not going to just dive right in, but he at least sees if he can open it.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess tunnel.
Yes.
Is it one of those nice, well-lit tunnels, or?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, so it's one of those worn down.
Like mine tunnels.
Yeah.
Ah, well, that looks haunted.
the whole town's haunted. We've established that. I mean,
Yes. Oh dear. I suppose we mustn't we?
Don kind of sighs and grabs another, another random like hardcover book off the shelf. Because again, it's Madison. It probably doesn't matter, but just for peace of mind, well, shall we see where it goes?
Yes, I think perhaps we should.
Yeah, he's gonna.
John is going to be keeping, like, he's drawn a little diagram of the library and the room that they're in and the tunnel, like, leaving it. And he is going to chart where they come up. It's not going to be helpful because we're in Madison, but he's going to try.
Yeah, Don's gonna wedge that book into the trapdoor, and again, fingers crossed that it doesn't somehow close on them. But again, it's Madison, so he knows it could anyway.
John looking down at like this copy of Plutarch's Lives is like, "Don't fuck us, Plutarch." So we climb into the tunnel.
So the tunnel is really dark and kind of it smells like, you know, you're underground in a dugout tunnel. So
Kind of musty, almost.
Yeah.
Don does still have that stupidly bright little LED flashlight that's like so bright it has the laser warning on it.
Yeah.
That focuses, so that should hopefully light the way pretty well. And I'm assuming it takes them 7 minutes to get to the end of the tunnel.
No, it takes them 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
What?
And Don is timing, so he kind of stares at his watch, and then looks. Is it a trapdoor on the other side? Like, does it still look in poor condition? Does it change?
Yes, it looks very poor condition, like rusty, and like you're not sure if it can move because it's that old looking.
Huh. Any hint of what's on the other side? Like, I suppose a hearing check to.
You can try.
Oh, I'm gonna probably get something horrible on this. Yep.
What'd
Why you gotta
get?
do an 8? Why you gotta do me dirty like this?
We don't hear
Roll
anything.
20. Don kind of looks at John. You don't hear anything on the other side, do you?
Well, I can see what I can hear. 21.
Mom, I want medicine.
Okay, you hear
I want
cars.
Traffic.
Yes.
I can hear traffic.
Yes.
That's interesting. And Don kind of sees if he can open the trapdoor, like just a crack, like enough to peek out, see where they are, maybe.
Yeah, it's a busy street.
Like,
That's
does it,
definitely not Madison.
I was gonna say, does it even look like Madison?
No.
Does it look like? Is it America? What side of the road?
Yeah,
are
it is.
the
It's
cars
America.
driving on?
It's America.
Yeah, Don immediately checks his GPS to see if it.
Yeah, you're in. I'm trying to think. Goodness gracious, I've thought about this earlier. I can't remember the name of the city now. This is really bad. So I'm just going to name a different city. I'm going to say it is New Orleans because why not?
Don looks over. So apparently, we have walked 6.5 minutes out of Pocket Dimension and into New Orleans.
There are worse places to be.
Oh, there are certainly worse places to be.
What time and date does your phone get from the GPS?
Don looks again to check.
Like
To see if it's changed.
2:00.
Okay, so 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not too wild. And the date
And the
is still
date?
October 1st.
Yes.
Okay,
2022?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so the date is actually more normal. And he kind of holds up his phone to show John the time and date and their location.
That's good. Should you call your partner?
I am sending her a text right now. Are they like in the middle of the street?
No, they're
Oh,
like
good.
like on the side of the road, I think there's tunnels. Well, you know what? There is a tunnel there now, and the little side tunnel door. That's where they came out of.
Right.
So kind of like out into like an alleyway,
Yeah.
almost. Well, I am very tempted to not go back. I can get another motorcycle.
Yes. I do wonder if we're just going to end up back there, though. But I must admit, I feel rather at sea here. As far as I'm aware, the last time Madison was pulling people back in was because of the whole Minotaur business. But as far as I'm aware, that was resolved by your friend and the rest of that group, and a very unpleasant Australian man who won't take my calls. But why would it be pulling us back in?
I don't know. Because as you said, the Minotaur business seemed to be taken care of. Maybe if you mentioned something about a flamethrower, just a hunch. I don't know. And Don kind of looks around to see if anything seems like off, or is it just New Orleans?
It's just regular New Orleans.
Huh.
I really don't know what to do. And John will kind of just lean against the wall.
Because, I mean, you're back in the real world. You can go home or to wherever you were going before. Or you could try to go back to Madison.
Yes, well, I was in Texas, so that would be a considerable trip. I have the feeling we're going to wind up right back in Madison again, though, probably sooner rather than later. Yeah, just to kind of roll a gut feeling on that, like we're gonna get dragged back. Or is it just, it's gonna happen? Oh, I think you're on mute.
You can roll a gut feeling.
25.
Yeah, you know how this goes.
So I suppose we have to find what's drawing us back and stop that. Does that sound right?
Yes, and perhaps why we're here?
Hi, Nicole.
Right. Does that mean we have to get back in the tunnel?
Dawn
I suppose
kind
it does.
Don opens the door and looks back in to see if the tunnel looks different, because he would not be remotely surprised if all of a sudden the tunnel is different.
Yeah, so it just looks like a room now.
Oh, so a room instead of a tunnel.
Yeah.
Is there anything in it, or just
Just maintenance stuff.
so like the room to the building we're
18.
we're standing next to?
Yeah.
18.
Oh, well, and Dawn kind of gestures to the open door. It looks like if we actually wanted to go back, we're not going back the way we came.
Right. Okay. Well, do you think that means there's something here that we should be investigating? Is it Baptiste from New Orleans originally?
Baptiste was certainly unleashed on New Orleans. There is a NASA facility here, where the Minotaur met its, I would say, very timely end. And he kind of pauses for a minute, remembering several colleagues that met very untimely ends, courtesy of Baptiste.
Rand, you will remember that, or you would have seen in your research that yes, she was originally from New Orleans.
Well, this could. I mean, there's a massive community here in paranormal research and vampires specifically. I know a few people. Perhaps we could attempt to try and figure out more on that side of things prior to our removal back to Madison by whatever means it comes.
That's kind of your wheelhouse. So if you have a location,
yeah, I've been to New Orleans many times before.
Me
So
too, but
it's-
for different reasons. So
Yes, I think that in this one our circles may not overlap very much.
yeah, no, we were assembling a rocket. So.
I was doing a book launch, and also some research on swamp ghosts, but that didn't really come to much. Anyway, John will begin to lead the way towards fucking the half of New Orleans that is all about spooky shit.
Yeah, and Dawn's just kind of along because
he wants to.
Dawn comes to New Orleans for two reasons: work and Mardi Gras.
So, speaking of ghosts, you do see another D ghost. Well, this time her arm and shoulder are all burned in black.
Well, that means nothing to me.
Yeah,
John
Dawn
thinks so.
again. His face absolutely just pales, and there's just a look of
I want medicine.
haunted familiarity there that kind of lingers even for a little while, even after the ghost is gone.
Yeah, she's just there for a minute, just like staring and then gone.
So I'd really like to roll an education to do some research on Baptiste. 'Cause
Yes.
this is an area John is familiar with. It is a topic that he is familiar with.
Yes, please.
He's essentially in a real good place to do this.
So, add your
research
and horror writer
okay,
or author.
plus 7, 27.
Hey, so yes, she was from that area originally. She her name was Anna before she was Anise. And she was last seen there about 100 or so years ago, 150 years ago.
I'd also like a bit more info on the type of thing that she was meant to have turned into. like what that meant, what the weaknesses of it were meant to be, etc. Like some like supernatural montage research.
She disappeared for a while. She came back and she was a succubus. Weaknesses are just like holy water, I don't know, exorcism type blessing stuff. Just like anti-demon standard stuff.
Okay. John will be writing all of this down in the bullet journal.
Yeah, but she wasn't like that way until she came back from wherever she went.
And there's no clue as to where she went?
She went on a journey with some friends.
Did the friends have names?
Just initials. Because it's like
Right,
written
he'll
down.
note those down as well.
Let's see. I need to look at what the initials are. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, as I said, John will write it down so you can just prompt me when it is relevant.
Well, it's relevant. I just had to remember my passcode because I was putting the wrong one in. Let's see. RR. LR. EA. And
This is my A.
M L.
Right. Don. And John's going to flip back through to when he was researching Madison and find the list of founders. Do the initials match?
Yes.
Don, have a look at this. Do the timelines match?
Yes.
I think that perhaps Baptiste was involved in the founding of Madison.
Yeah, Don, I'm assuming, would know Dee's last name.
Yes.
And he points to the ML and says, "That's D. It's Madison Lavelle." And the RR, I'm assuming,
Richard
would be
Reed.
Richard Reed. No
LR.
relation that I'm aware of, please, dear gods.
The LR was his wife or sister, something.
Lexi Reed. Oh, sister.
And then the E, would that be Elena?
No, that was Evan Asher.
Let's see.
There was one more person that's not on there, which was Anna. Let me get the last name. But that was the first name, was Anna.
Anna, who might have then gone on to become a niece, Baptiste.
Yes. Anna Gordon.
Anna Gordon. Well, I feel we've made a breakthrough. I don't know what it means, to be honest.
So you discovered that Anna Baptiste knows or knew Dee ahead of time, and one of the founders. So that's previously unknown.
But what turned her into a succubus about the founding of Madison? That's what I want to know, John will say, tapping the book.
Well, do you think maybe she made a deal with the Minotaur thing, or whatever it was before it took the form of a...
Oh. Well, from what I understood, the Minotaur itself was just an expression of the power of the place, which was cursed, essentially.
Or at least a thing inhabiting the place and feeding on its power.
Well, John, you know there were lots of demons around Madison.
Yeah.
So she could have made a deal with one of them.
I suppose to deal with the demon is the most reasonable explanation, and fairly typical for the creation of a succubus.
Here we are. I'm in a place where a deal with a demon is the most reasonable explanation for a thing.
Is that unusual in your life?
No, it's
John
more
will,
usual in
look
my
up
life
from the
for
pile of books.
it's more usual in my life for the payload is too heavy. We're not going to reach Delta V. We need to lighten the load, or that rocket's not reaching a higher Earth orbit. Things like that. Not demons or you said vampires too, I believe.
Yes.
Because why not? And he kind of throws his hands up like, what the fuck?
If it helps, everything that you just said made absolutely no sense to me at all either. And John will kind of pat Don on the arm.
Well, at least I've heard of vampires and demons. There's a zeitgeist, whatever.
And look, at least it looks like we're not dealing with werewolves. And John will look a little haunted for a moment.
Thanks for the hint.
Don kind of arches a brow at that, as like he doesn't say it out loud, but he's thinking, you've dealt with werewolves.
Nikki, you already knew this. I sent you some messages about it ages back.
But the look on Don's face is clearly questioning, like, you what now?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
I'm joking.
I think that this is a good place to start. Perhaps it's Baptiste's power that's drawing us back then?
Maybe.
I want medicine.
Maybe
I want medicine.
Wait.
Is there like an address, a
May I
place
have medicine, please?
a place she lived here? Is it still standing?
Yes, and we can go for that after a break, after a quick break.
I did take away
Perfect.
the number 9. I took away your number 9.
Hi, welcome back, everybody. When we left off, we were in New Orleans on October 1st, 2022, and they were getting ready to look at the old place where apparently Baptiste lived. As you two approach, you see a wrought iron gate that is covered in dying green vines. The gate slightly open and leads to there's a cobbled path to a doorway, but the cobblestones are all overgrown. There's a gazebo that's actually pretty well upkept. It's white. There's a porch swing on the yard that's also wrought iron, and the house, one of the stairs is missing, and the house is in very bad disrepair. You can't tell what the original color was. It's an old Victorian house.
So is it like a ruin of a house, or is it just badly kept up? But
It's badly kept
people
up.
in there. Okay.
There's you don't see anybody, but it
I
does
would like
look
to swing by a church on our way to check this out.
okay.
I want to pick up some holy water.
No problem. You can do that fairly easily. That seems like they're used to people doing it.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Don like makes a fake show of like his feet are burning when he walks into the church, and then kind of chuckles like like Crowley and Good Omens when he walks into the church, and then he kind of chuckles like.
People in the church aren't even impressed. They're just like, whatever.
No, it's like a
again.
little inside joke with Don, like, because Lord knows he needs some kind of tiny amusement in his life at this point.
John will laugh politely. Yeah, very funny.
Does the house look at all like Baptiste's house in Madison did?
Yes, it does. But you can't. It's just very, very bad repair.
Interesting. Okay, so but the gazebo looks fine.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, if he can, the first thing Dawn wants to look at is the stair inside that seemed like it was going to break. When they first were in the house.
That stair is cracked inside of that house.
Yeah, he's gonna see if he can pry it up and see if there's anything underneath it.
Yeah, he can. Really easily. The wood is rotten.
Anything underneath there, or just
a room?
Of course,
like a bedroom.
Interesting. He kind of, if John is any real distance away, hey John, you remember that step, that stair that step on it, you're gonna probably break a leg or something.
Oh, the one that Poe fixed?
Yeah, the one I really wanted to look under. There's a bedroom under it. Is the bedroom in disrepair too? Like it hasn't been used in a long time?
I mean, it has not been used in a long time.
Right. Well, perhaps we should investigate.
And Dawn's gonna shine the flashlight around them. Does it look like there's any other entrance into it, or is it just?
If you go around, there's probably an entrance on the other side of the stairs.
Interesting. An obvious, is there an obvious entrance like a
No,
door?
it's not obvious. It's not obvious. It's a bookshelf.
Huh, of course.
Just going to say that because you just had a secret bookshelf in the library.
Oh yeah, so it'd be a thing to look for.
Yeah. but it's exactly like the house in Madison.
Just in disrepair.
I think that perhaps we should try and look for differences and commonalities. John will suggest.
I mean, the place is falling apart. Dawn does kind of glance around to see if there's a bunch of old Target brand stuff, like.
No, it's all Victorian era things.
Yeah, so it's looking like Baptiste, booked it to Madison and didn't come back.
Yeah,
Kinda.
that's exactly what it looks like.
So the bedroom looks like it hasn't been used in a long time, but it doesn't look like it's in disrepair.
Right, it's just been sealed off.
And it's hidden under a stair. Yeah.
Yes.
Does it look like? Is it a servant's bedroom? Is it a fancy bedroom?
It's not. It is. It's got a couple of fancy things in it. It's not a servant's room. It's not. But it's not like super fancy. It's got like some fancy. It's probably rotting by now, but fancy bedding, decorations on the wall that are like faded and covered in cobwebs.
John's going to start searching the room for any sign as to whose room it was, and sort of what they were about, and like general info. Do you want a sight roll, or
yes, please?
What would you like?
A sight roll.
Sight. Okay. Oh, wrong. I clicked the wrong thing. 17.
Okay. It is. While I get my thoughts together, John, what are you doing?
Dawn's gonna be looking around too.
Don, I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's not going to go into the basement yet, but he is going to open the door to the basement and at least shine a light down there to see if it looks like a demon lair. Just in case.
Okay, you do a sight roll too, and I'm going to describe to John what John can find in the room.
7.
You said 7?
7.
John's not at his best.
He doesn't have his glass, the true sight anymore, so he can't see anything. Just sees
John got a 17.
Okay. The room looks like Richard was staying in that room. Richard Reed.
Huh. Don,
Dawn comes back to the bedroom because it looks like there's nothing downstairs worth
There's nothing
checking
downstairs
out at the moment.
I think that Richard Reed was staying here.
Really? It doesn't seem ostentatious enough from what I've heard.
I think it used to be.
Huh. Well, I mean, it seems a little odd for Mr. This is my town to have been living under the stairs.
Do we think that means that he was living under the stairs in the Madison version of this as well? That's really
no, if I recall,
creepy.
he had his own place.
Before, but I mean, when we were there with Sherry, and
I don't know.
as far as I'm aware, didn't they think Reed was dead at that point? Before he showed up as
they
Pedro
thought he
and we
was-
unmasked him?
They actually thought he was dead at one point, and then he wasn't. So maybe he did it twice. I don't know.
Can't keep a bad man down, I see.
But supposedly, Baptiste did him in the second time.
Unless she didn't.
Unless she didn't. Is there... Does it look like this room could only be opened or locked from one side?
Yes.
From the outside?
Yes.
Yeah, Dawn kind of points. John?
Mhm.
And he kind of points to the door. Well, the quote-unquote door. It looks like this wasn't meant to be able to be opened from the inside.
Well, that is quite disturbing.
So, what? A Richard Reed was her puppet, or what? Maybe.
Christmas? Takeout? I mean, she was trying to stay fully fed without killing the rest of the townspeople, as far as I could tell. Perhaps having a top up.
And he did seem to have a fairly significant amount of power from what I understand.
Creepy to think of. And Joel kind of like
Yeah,
back away.
no, just keep the buffet around. Wow, that is incredibly creepy.
Are you in the room right now?
I think so.
Yeah, Dawn at this point is looking to see if there are signs that the person in the room tried to get out. Like any marks or anything, or
Just where the stair is messed up.
yeah, so there's like marks like they tried to break out through the step or something.
Yeah.
That's what's great. Well,
I would quite like to leave this room now.
yeah, no, look, bad vibes from the moment I walked in. Even worse
For
now.
a moment, you do see what looks like it could be Richard Reed, but then it just disappears.
Dawn kind of jumps a little.
John is fucking out. He is leaving. He's a horror writer. He's not staying in a haunted room with a ghost in it that was like someone who'd been kept against their will. No, this is how you get locked in a room. He's gone. He's out. He climbs out through the hole in the step and is like, I will continue to think about this from up here.
Yeah, Dawn is out of that room right behind him.
You have a whole house to explore if you want to.
I think we should.
The gazebo seemed in unusually good shape, but
the other thing I'd like to check out is the basements, because that was how she was getting into the demon realms before.
Yes, and
then John will grab Don's arm like quite firmly and go, "We are not splitting up to look for clues."
No, I wasn't going to suggest splitting up. I was going to say if the rooms correspond, I was going to say Baptiste's room. Like maybe she had a journal or something.
Yes, that's worth looking into.
So where are you going?
I mean, we're
I think
already
the gazebo first, because we're already outside.
Okay. As you walk over there, the weeds are really thick. You could swear you hear somebody laughing. You hear rushing.
What kind of voice does it sound like? Is it a woman's voice, a man's voice?
Childlike.
Childlike. Worst of all possible options.
the worst. Ambient, creepy child laughter.
Love it.
Yes.
It's what we've been missing in this campaign.
But inside the gazebo, a girl sits reading a book quietly.
Does she look like a young D?
No.
Okay.
Or a young Baptiste.
Yes.
Yeah. No. John decides not to interact.
Dawn
He
kind
would
of
grab Dawn and be like,
Wait,
shake his hand
wait.
silently.
How about we look away and look back and see if she's gone? But that seems to be a trend.
Okay.
And Dawn kind of, glances back the way they came and then looks back to where the girl was.
Yeah, she's gone now.
Oh.
There you have it.
Excellent. Well, let's investigate, I suppose. And John will trot over to where the girl was sitting reading and have a look around.
There is a book. It is one of the Oz books.
Does anything seem off about the construction of the gazebo? Like anything pried up or unusually sunken down, anything like that? Like there's, again, kind of like that stairway, like there's something hidden in there.
No, but it's newly constructed.
Okay, so
Like
it wouldn't match the construction of the house.
No, it looks Victorian, but it was built in the last like 20, 30 years.
Huh. Well, I suppose we don't have to worry about lead paint exposure in here. Which is odd. I mean, who would bother to build a gazebo in the yard of a decaying house?
Yeah, it is weird. There's more laughter, and you can hear something running in the grass.
I would like to move out of this garden.
That sounds good.
says-
Dawn does look in the general direction of whatever was running through the grass.
Well, whatever it is, must be having a great time.
I hate that.
Yeah, he does look in that direction. Just in case it winds up running towards them.
John's going
no.
to purposely cover the other side. Like he's not letting us get snuck up on from behind, you know?
You're afraid of ghosts?
Am I afraid? I'm a fucking horror writer.
So do you go into the house again? Or are you just leaving?
We've got to go into the house. There are more clues in there. John's a lot more composed than Ran is. Ran is like, fuck this. John is like, clues. I'm an idiot who gets attacked by monsters all the time.
Dawn seems a little more resigned than anything. Like, well, since we're stuck here, we're gonna get dragged back anyway. We might as well find a clue about what we're getting into.
Yeah.
So
But just
what do you
be clear,
think?
John is calm. It's Ran who is like, fuck this.
So what? Head upstairs first, and then
Then to the basement?
then to the basement.
Yes, I think so. If we clear it floor by floor, that's probably our best bet.
Yeah, mind the stair, obviously.
Naturally.
So the house is set up exactly like the one in Madison where you spent all that time.
Okay, so check
This
Baptiste's
is
room.
Retroactively making it creepy that we stayed there. John will observe.
Yeah, which is saying something. I'm actually mildly impressed, and in a horrible way. Baptiste's room, then see if there's like a journal, like pentagrams everywhere, something like that.
They're not actually used as commonly as you would think. And John begins to info dump on the way up the stairs.
I will start talking about advanced orbital mechanics.
Oh, is that a hint? Do you like me to? I can.
Sorry, it's very
I can
stressful.
be quiet.
No, it's fine. Sorry. Baptiste room.
It's you open her door, and surprisingly, the walls are covered in art, like really nice kind of floral art. It's also a pink and white room.
No
I'd like
pictures
an
of Lachlan.
education...
I had to.
I was going to say I'd like an education check for the floral art to see if there's anything about like the language of flowers, like if the choices mean something.
Yeah, you can do that.
That is actually something that Dawn would know too.
Okay,
37.
Oh my goodness! So
But he rolled
one
way
thing.
But he rolled way lower, so we're gonna go with John.
Wow, what did you get? Don.
Dawn got a 14. There is a very
That's still
specific
a good roll.
there is a very specific flower that he gets to marry a bouquet of on their anniversary. So
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, so
John's just a nerd from England. He's a riser. We fucking love the language of
it
flowers.
basically means will you dance with me? So
Oh.
Oh. Well, one of the flower pictures is orange blossom, and that's like a big one. And there are there's some of like flowers that are just lilies.
Lilies. Okay.
Yes.
Well, lots of death in this room.
Yes.
John will look at the pictures and go, well, I shan't lie. There's a lot of death omens in the decor. But is there anything like out of place? Anything that's like a look at this thing? Or the orange blossom, I guess, is kind of out of place. He'll go have a look at that picture. See if there's something behind it or something like that.
No, there's nothing behind it. There are pictures of a younger D around the room.
that's
Like younger, like I don't know, like 17, 18. There's a picture of a younger Baptiste and a younger D together.
Does Baptiste look a lot like Sherry?
A little.
A little. Okay. I was just wondering if there was like some reincarnation bullshit going on, but no. Okay.
There's the family lineage stuff, but not quite
Yeah.
reincarnation.
John's going to start looking through the room for other things, like diary, big book labeled "Evil Plans," collection of knives. Just like typical.
There is
stuff.
a diary. There is a box of trinkets.
Okay.
There is a map that kind of, it's just a map of the US at the time.
Okay.
Nothing's marked on it yet. No
Is
collection
there-
of knives.
Looking at the map closer, is there like a pinprick or anything like that? Like someone had marked something and.
No. Just like it's just folded and near the journal, like she was going to take it with her, but never got to.
Okay. Don, come have a look at these. And John will begin opening the box of trinkets and going.
Yeah, Dawn has been looking around the room as well, but comes over because this is again, this is feels very much like John's wheelhouse.
John, professional nosy bastard. He has all the goss on all the neighbors.
Yes. Okay, this is a lot of what am I looking at here?
You're looking at trinkets from someone that looks like they were starting to learn magic and getting ready to go on a trip with their good friends. The founders of a town and the person who became the town.
Well, I don't know if there's much more to find here.
You might want to check the basement.
Well,
You have the journal too.
I mean, it didn't.
Yes, I should look through the journal. And John will set to that, giving Don some time to investigate other things. Dun, dun.
Yeah, Dawn's gonna see if there's anything else. At least on rooms like on that level of the house, so not far away.
Okay. So I will, while Dawn is looking around, I will. John, the journal is basically her journal before any kind of demon type stuff happened, like turning demon wise. And she was going on this trip with her friends. She and Dee were romantically linked, but they were worried about Richard. She was learning magic from, I don't know, some magic person in town. And she was saying how that Dee was good at magic, but that there was something ancient about her magic. And Dee was telling her about something with the orange blossoms and a secret book hidden somewhere.
A secret book hidden somewhere.
Yes. And after they got back from the trip, there's like a lot of angry writing about Richard and evil, and she's going to get revenge.
Did we see any orange trees in the garden?
Yes.
I think we might have to go back into the creepy garden again, Dawn.
Garden first, then basement.
I think basement, then garden, and then we don't have to go back into the house before we leave.
All right.
Dawn, you need to give me a roll for searching that second floor.
Okay, so sight check then.
Yes.
Watch roll 20. Hate me again. Oh no, that's a 23.
Oh
yeah.
Wow, that's great. Let me see. Look again at what rooms are on there. I know I gave you all the map at the house forever ago. But yeah, the house it's you do get the feeling that Baptiste was not somebody, she had some money when she was around. And she was really, really angry in that last journal, the last couple of journal entries. Like you could see her making a pact with someone just to get this revenge on this person who did a horrible thing.
And that's why she kept Richard Reed in the stab room for a while. Yep.
Yeah, she
It's all
wanted
coming
to.
together.
Yeah, she wanted him to suffer.
Any hint as to who the pact was made with or what the pact was made with?
No. No, but you do get that part of the story that she stuck him in there to suffer, and he was probably pretty angry at her too. Just a little angry.
Why. Can't imagine why.
So no, it's he said it was his town. He is the mayor that was locked under the stairs. I had to call.
Maybe compensating a bit for something.
Maybe.
So
Is that the second floor or the third floor? So it's the first floor, the second floor. Okay, there is an office, 2 more bedrooms, and a sitting room, and a couple of bathrooms, and a balcony.
Yeah, he's probably gonna check the office first.
Okay. The office would have a lot of magic books in it, like good magic books.
Yeah, he is. Don's gonna have no idea what they mean, except he's gonna look at this and say, "That's John. That's John territory." So he's gonna like pull those out and stack them up in a pile. He's gonna kind of collect them for John.
You can lay them like breadcrumbs to get him to go wherever you want.
Yes. He's gonna kind of collect those. See if he can find any records or anything else in the office. The other 2 rooms, the other 2 places he'd particularly be interested in. Second place would be the sitting room.
Okay. And what's the other place other than the sitting room?
The balcony.
Okay, the balcony it had plants on it at one time, but now they're just branches. But you do see like a blowing scarf, like floating. You know how it like flutters in the wind?
Mhm.
It's like fluttering in the wind on the balcony, and the tiles are all loose, and the railing is loose.
Okay, so probably best not to walk out there.
Well, you can, but
does it look like there's even anything out there worth investigating?
No. Just looks like just looks spooky.
Okay, might as well take a glance through the bedrooms to, check under mattresses, stuff like that, see if there's anything tucked away.
There is.
Since he's there.
I was at Baptiste's room was the master bedroom. So in bedroom 3, there is like a couple of closets and this kind of window seat. There is a person sitting in the window seat of that one bedroom.
Dawn kind of pauses in the doorway. Are they looking up, like at him?
Yeah, they look up at Dawn.
Does he recognize him? Like, is it somebody? Is it another like ghost of acquaintances past?
No.
Hello.
Hello. I wasn't expecting anybody.
Same. What does this person look like? Do they dress like they belong in this time period?
Yeah, they look like just somebody from 2022.
Do they look younger? Like maybe they're some of those like abandoned house
Urban explorer
types,
yeah, basically, yeah.
So how old roughly are we talking?
20,
20s,
25.
Yeah, 20s. Okay, so urban explorer types. How long have you been here?
Um, what's Don dressed like again?
He's still got the motorcycle gear
Motorcycle
on.
leathers, right?
It's not quite leathers because it's like sports bike stuff. So it's got like it looks a bit more fancy, but he does have like the jacket open and he's got that Daft Punk shirt with like Guy Manuel and Thomas Bangalter that says "I for one welcome our robot overlords."
Okay.
So he just
So he
looks
does-
like a dude, really.
Yeah,
So
so
he
he's
does
got like the biker, he's got like the sports bike gear on and the shirt, but he's left his helmet back with his motorcycle in Madison.
Okay, so he doesn't have NASA employee vibes.
No, not at
No.
all. And he's
Okay.
got like this collection of books, magic books under one arm.
Like, so-
He does have like the rectangular rimmed glasses on though. That's like the only thing that's like possibly like dad energy there.
So I'm guessing you're not a cop.
You
How dare
I-
you?
well, why don't you just ask me? I have to tell you, right?
No, that's a myth.
Damn. Well, secret's out. Wave
Yeah, well,
sarcastically.
I'm just here inspecting the place for purchase. So, I think I'm done now. And I will just go.
Don kind of glances at him to see if they have like any like bulges in their clothing, like if they've got anything tucked away, like if they grabbed anything
No.
and took it, like, like that's just what they need is some random kid who was checking out an abandoned house for their YouTube channel to walk away with some valuable piece of information.
But yeah, no, I was just here looking at the property. You've got no reason to call anybody. I will just leave now.
And Don, he's not fully blocking the doorway, but he kind of turns back. John?
John, who is now deeply invested in like the minutia of Baptiste's life, is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that Elise said that. What? Yeah.
John, I found a
yes,
bunch of magic books. Come here.
John is there.
And Don
A
just
bunch
kind
of magic
ge-
books?
Don just kind of gestures to.
Oh my. I'm just. Oh. Is the other person still here?
They're trying to back away.
Oh, hello.
Hi, I was just here. I was here inspecting the property as a potential purchase, but I'm going to leave now.
Okay, we were breaking in.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. To be fair, Don does not exactly give off like a threatening energy. He does not exactly give
Can
off
you
like a
imagine
threatening
being this
energy.
person? You run into this dude who's clearly a troll, and then someone who might be a vampire. Like John, when he's all dressed up, looks like he might be a vampire.
I honestly wasn't expecting anybody to come to this house, so I don't know what you're after breaking in, but there's no money. There's just a bunch of old stuff and books.
No, books. Books was the
and,
goal.
and Don does kind of hand the books off to John.
And ghosts.
Oh,
You've
you
seen
saw them too.
ghosts?
This place
I-
is really haunted.
Have you been
Yes.
here before?
That
I'm
is
a
a good
paranormal
question.
researcher, and John will pull out a business card, and offer it to this person.
So not a cop?
No,
no,
and
no,
Don,
oh God, no.
Don does step out of the doorway because he doesn't want to appear actively threatening to this person.
I'm a paranormal researcher. This is my good friend and assistant, Don, who is better at everything that isn't paranormal research. I really only have one skill set. But if you've been here before, I would you be willing to give a brief interview as to your experiences within the house?
Actually,
No.
have you been in the basement? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, I have. No names, okay?
Absolutely not.
No names.
Do you have an alias you prefer?
No, just Beyonce.
Beyonce. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Absolutely, Miss
okay.
Knowles.
Bay it is. Queen Bay. We got it.
Yeah.
Anything anything unusual, interesting in the basement? Just out of curiosity?
Yeah, this whole house is
I mean for the house in comparison to the rest of the house.
well, the crying person from the tower bedroom is also crying in the basement sometimes.
Wait, have you been here before?
Yeah.
You said that it's very haunted. You've seen apparitions?
Yeah, they're all everywhere, all over the house.
Who do you see apparitions of? Is it the same people? Only
yeah.
a few? Multiple?
No, it's like it's a few people that I guess they live here. I don't know. There's the crying person who's really rude. There's the one lady, and there's a guy, and there's a couple of people in the basement. There's the kids in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
And there is another lady, and there's another guy.
Okay. I'd like to try and make a charm roll to get this person to give us like a bunch of information. It probably won't go super well. John is not very charming, but he is hoping to rely mostly on, I'm a paranormal researcher. Isn't this an interesting thing? Don't worry about it. So I'm hoping I can add something to it.
Actually, Don is going to as well because he just has a really chill vibe and is generally speaking a genuinely nice person.
Yeah, go for it.
Are
it's
you
nice. He's just very
serious?
awkward.
I have 10 points.
I have 3 points in charm. Can I add one of my professions to that?
What score did you get? What did you get?
So
both
13. I was
13s.
hoping I could add my paranormal researcher to it.
Yes, go ahead.
So that'll make it 17.
Okay. So who are you asking more about? Or just about basically what's going on?
Just generally, like everything. Like John's done these sorts of interviews before. He knows what to ask about. He knows like what info you can get from being in a place like this.
Okay. So there was some kind of ritual in the basement. That's what she's describing. And somebody was kept in the house that was part of the ritual in the basement. She is saying Richard reads ghosts sometimes that's under the stairs or coming out of the stairs. And she Baptiste's room is like her ghost shows up in there sometimes. And so does Dee's ghost.
Mm-hmm. I also want to know how long they've been visiting this place, like when they started coming around.
They have been squatting in that house for like a year.
Okay. So John knows when Dee died. Were they seeing Dee's ghost prior to her death?
No.
Okay.
But they showed up afterwards. They've been here since. Basically, it matches up to the Madison timeline that she's been here since
January, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
The one you said is rude. Do they kind of and Dawn describes Nina.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Huh. Do they address you directly? Like they acknowledge that you're here?
No, she's just really mean. It's like I'm not even in the room when she's around. She's just rude.
And none of the others address you directly either. So it's just like they're just playing out a role, and you happen to be here to see it.
Yeah, basically.
No. But no, just to reaffirm, no, we're not cops. Obviously, by now, probably.
Yeah, just don't let them know that I'm staying here. I don't. I've kind of been here a little while.
I mean, wasn't planning on it though. I would recommend a different choice in location if at all possible. Like you said, place is haunted, potentially very dangerous.
Yeah, but it's a nice place.
I mean, you know, if you
it's
don't
free.
count the ghosts and potential ritual murder or sacrifice or something like that.
Yeah, but have you seen what rent prices are like?
They've got a point. New Orleans is not a cheap city to live in.
No.
No, it's not. Even the hotel prices are absolutely absurd.
Yeah. And if this place is haunted, nobody else wants to come here.
I mean, it's not a choice that I personally would make, but it's fair enough.
No.
It's not too bad. I wish that lady would stop being so rude and mean.
I wouldn't hold my breath on that. She's actually not that bad. It seems to be a bit of a front. Or she wasn't that bad.
Are you like a ghost therapist?
No.
That is amazing. Can you imagine if that was
a
John's
ghost
job?
therapist?
Who pays for that? It's definitely not covered in network.
See, we need to reunite you with your dead warhorse, Nandor.
I think that all of this stems from the trauma of your death. Probably.
But serious, this place is really don't you like it? I mean, look at all of the detailing.
No, in fact,
it's a nice house. It is haunted, though.
If I had the choice, I would rather be almost anywhere else. Almost. And he Don kind of looks over at John. So, what do you think?
It feels like home to me.
Right.
That might actually be a bad sign.
Genuinely. Right. Well, let me see what I can find in these books. You keep talking to Beyonce and see if you can figure out anything else, okay? If you'll excuse me, person, and John will just sort of like
Beyonce.
nod and then flip open. Yeah, he was trying to find a polite title
Queen
that was
Bee.
gender neutral.
Whatever.
Your Majesty, and he'll flip open the first magic book and
Yes,
start reading.
that works. That's good.
These are all really good magic books. Basically, I want to add another +1 to your rolls, John.
Hell yeah! I get a bonus. Really, what John needs is to
Yeah, I
be
was
better
gonna
at magic.
say.
Any,
The only two
The rules
skills
were
he
so bad
has.
before.
so any questions for Queen for Beyonce?
How do you get your hair so shiny?
It's magic.
See, that would be a question for that would be a good question for Ben. No, no. Um,
Yeah, if you look at my character sheet, it's like, what is John good at? Magic and education. Anything else? No. Gut feeling, pretty okay.
Oh. Don is honestly kind of at a loss because again, this is so not his wheelhouse. Okay, so crying person in the basement, same as crying person in the tower bedroom.
So what are you doing here?
Well, like you said, place is haunted. My friend there is a like you said, a paranormal investigator.
John gives a thumbs up from where he is deep into the magic books.
But yeah, people don't usually come to this house. They usually go to like the more famous houses.
Yeah, so nobody else seems to know place is haunted then.
Not really. They don't. It just looks like an old place.
Well, he to be fair, he's very good at what he does. So we managed to he managed to dig the place up. I'm just kind of along, to be fair.
Okay. So what ghost are you looking for?
We're not entirely sure yet. Although, well, I'm not sure how helpful that would be if they don't talk to us. But
Who won't talk to you?
well, I mean, like you said, none of them seem to address anyone directly. These seem to be on a set routine.
I mean, do you want to talk to them?
That might actually be very helpful, wouldn't it, John? If they, if the ghosts would speak with us.
Oh, yes, theoretically that could be. Sorry, this is a very interesting. You carry on, and he goes back to his reading.
And Dawn is just kind of left like turning back to their majesty.
Okay, so I can get them to talk to you for a little while, but then I pass out like after 3 minutes.
Well, you can do that.
Yeah, but I don't like passing out.
Well, I mean that's fair. That's not generally a good experience for anybody.
But you get like, it's like 3 minutes and then I'm out for a while and I can't do it again for another day.
Dawn kind of looks over at John. You know, as much as I've heard the man and have every reason to believe this is true, is absolutely detestable. Richard Reed might be very helpful to speak with.
Except, I would point out that we might actually get more out of Baptiste's ghost, considering that we're more likely to get the ghost of the human that she was rather than the demon she became.
That's entirely fair. That's true.
Okay, yeah, like weird.
That's I mean, yeah, that's also fair. So Baptiste then. She was out in the gazebo, wasn't she? Reading the book.
Oh, that lady.
Think so?
So do I get like $20 for this?
John will reach in and pull out the 5 that that guy gave him.
I'll give you 100 after we're done.
Oh, well, there we are.
Okay. Thanks. So you want me to go out there, or you want me to bring her? Because she's in here sometimes too.
Don kind of looks at John because again, his wheelhouse. Would they get more would setting change?
I don't
how
think
much
the
information?
location matters too much. Perhaps down to the gazebo again.
Well, then you want to
Alright.
go to the basement?
Yes. Oh,
Well, let's just
shoot,
go down
there's,
there.
There's a
Okay.
lot to do.
But let's just go to the basement so I can get the $100 faster. You can get out of here faster.
Okay. All right.
All right. Fair enough. Can I roll a gut feeling on?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, on the basement.
Yeah, on
It's
the
bad.
situation.
Are you kidding?
It's gonna be bad.
What did you get?
What did you roll
13?
again?
Yes. Lucky.
Let's see what John
13.
gets.
Oh
Critical
no!
fail. I think the basement's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be lovely.
The basement just looks dark, and maybe you don't think anything's down there.
All right. Well, if
But this person is just walking to the basement like they've been a million times.
yeah, Don is, if nothing else, cautious taking the steps down because he doesn't want break through a rotted step or something. If there would.
They are. And she just said, the first, just keep walking. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It'll be great.
Let's just get this done with.
And Don's still got that stupidly bright flashlight, and he kind of looks around the basement since he didn't actually go down there earlier.
It's it is set up for like rituals and things.
Oh well, this looks like a cozy little a den of complete normalcy.
It looks like something out of a bad movie.
And Don kind of mutters under his breath, "That was sarcasm."
Yeah, Beyonce just kind of hops up on one of the tables and is like, "Okay, give it a minute, and you'll have a few minutes to ask questions, and then I'm out. Please don't leave me down here, or if you do, don't tell them not to ritualize me.
Are we
I don't
talking
become
like?
a doll."
Are we talking like altar and like
Yeah.
chains and stuff like that? Oh,
Yeah,
Holy shit.
like sharp objects. Just
yeah.
so it's like the worst kind of ritual stuff.
Yeah, the worst things.
John is gonna hang back near the staircase.
So it's
'cause
like
again, he is
like
a horror fan.
it's like a Treehouse of Horrors episode, and everywhere the flashlight lands, there's
The
a
worst thing.
more intense like violin strings.
Yeah.
So you see she's sitting on the like the altar table, and she stands up and levitates off the ground about a few inches. Her eyes turn white, and there's like flowing hair, so you can ask the questions now.
Don kind of gestures to John because again, his wheelhouse.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. Across the table, I don't fucking know. I don't know what to ask. What do we need to know? Please stop taking us back to Madison. We have lives to live. that they're ghosts. Fuck.
The town
I
is.
guess we need to know what the demon Baptiste made a deal with, like which demon it was, what the thing with Richard Reed was, if Dee's death did something to the magic in the town. Those are the main things we need to know, right?
I think so. I don't.
Please help.
Yeah, these.
Don't leave me here. There's only two of us. We need to work together.
These death did do something to the magic of the town. It's Sherry is like Sherry has some of it, but
Not
The-
all of it.
right.
Okay. So we get to, how many questions do we get to ask?
Just ask whatever you want.
All right.
Yeah, it seems like
So
a
I think-
time thing more than a
All right.
questions
This
3
is-
or whatever.
What John's going to put forward is he wants to know the name of the demon Baptiste made the deal with. He wants to know what the deal was, if there's a copy of the contract somewhere, where the hidden book is. He wants to know what happened between Dee, Anise, and Richard Reed. Fuck. I think that's
Okay.
everything they'd be able to get out of Baptiste's ghost.
So there was a like a love triangle kind of thing between Dee and Anise and Richard Reed, and Richard Reed got jealous, and when he had the moment to when Dee was in the cornfield trying to save the town, that's when he decided to do his evil takeover stuff, which messed the spell up, which made her Dee become the town instead of just helping. Did that make any sense at all? I kind of
Yes.
spat it out quickly. Okay.
Mm.
The demon that she made a deal with, I will get you that name.
Cool.
There is a copy of the contract and the book, but they are hidden away near the mouth of the world. That's what she calls it.
Which was the name of the creepy cave in Georgia,
Yes.
right? Yes.
Yes.
I remember. I pay attention.
Which
John flips back through his bullet journal and was like, that was the name
Dawn-
of the place in Georgia.
Dawn just remembers, flashes back to the time boat exploding
Yeah.
and hopes perhaps
Hmm.
there is a tunnel that goes there.
What was the other
Well, we
question? I'm
could take-
sorry.
Plane.
What was the other question?
Fuck. I don't remember. Those were the main ones. The name of the demon, the terms of the deal, what was up with Richard Reed, what happened after Dee died.
And why do we keep
I think-
getting pulled back to Madison?
Yeah,
why
why
you
did we
keep getting
keep getting
pulled back?
pulled back to Madison? What did we do?
The town doesn't want to leave you. The town is afraid. The
Town
town
is
is
in-
The
alone.
town
The town is in
afraid.
D?
The town, yes, alone, afraid, doesn't want to leave.
Hmm.
And then, as the time runs out, the Beyonce like crumples to the ground in a heap.
Dawn at least tries to catch them
Okay,
since he was closer.
okay, I would say you were able to catch Beyonce. They're light. They're really like kind of a frail person.
Okay.
Are they conscious still, or
What are we
No.
doing?
No,
John's just gonna like sit on the stairs and put his head in his hands. Honestly, he's so fucking like.
I would
what do
suggest we
do?
go upstairs and leave this
Right.
lovely room of death as quickly as
Yes.
possible.
No, you're
First, that would
completely
be
correct.
yes.
Yes.
Point number 1. Yes.
Right. Yes. Let's go.
so you see a ghost Nina staring at you with like the throat's cut and there's blood everywhere.
Excuse me, and John will just kind of walk around her. When did Nina die? I could have sworn Nina was alive the last time we left Madison.
Oh, we did see her ghost when we were in the library.
Yes, but
But the last time we
Wait.
were in Madison, yeah.
when
she
we
was-
were in Madison, she was alive. When did she die?
Was she?
Yeah, we saw her. We said
She came
goodbye.
to
I gave her
the
a
she came
book.
to the Mario Kart invitation.
Yeah, she came to the Mario
Yeah.
Kart
Unless it
invitation.
wasn't unless it was some kind of illusion or trick. I don't know. Dawn does kind of flick towards the ghost to see if it's actually looking at them.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks up the stairs and then back again to see if the ghost is gone.
Yes. And yeah, the ghost is gone, but the ghost did look right at you for a moment.
Oh well, there's Huh. Delightful. Let's get the hell out of this basement, please.
Yes.
Like
let's-
Dawn's gonna find like a couch or something to put Beyonce on.
Actually, I'm really sorry for this, but as you walk through the basement door, you're at the bed and breakfast at Madison.
Oh no. Oh, and Beyonce just
Yeah, you have Beyonce.
no.
And that's where we have to wrap the episode.
Oh no.
What are we doing? Oh. And you kept being like, and this is John's thing. And I'm like, is it? I feel very underqualified.
Dawn managed to put off the chill vibe for Beyonce and stuff, but he actually yells, "Fuck this town!"
That was fantastic. Very much enjoyed that. We're gonna sign off here soon, but before we do, I want to give everybody a chance to say what their favorite part was, where we can find them next, anything they'd like to share or plug, and let's start with Nikki for that.
Oh wow. I just loved the reaction to the ghost. Like the whole John saying that the genre switched. And just your in-character reactions to just being in this completely haunted town and getting your minds messed with. It was great. I just hope y'all are okay after that.
Yeah, it was great.
And I can't think of anything to plug. I'm really bad at that. So, yeah. Next person.
All right. I also quite enjoyed that part. That was fun to watch. Em, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
Oh my gosh, just the escalating creepiness. Like, okay, we're back in the diner, there's deja vu, and it's like, oh, there's a person in the library, they're not responding. Oh, they're dead. Oh, it's Nina. Oh, it's a ghost. And it's just like the just continual escalation of creepiness, and it's like, well, we don't want to get back to Madison, but we need to. How? Oh, well, here we are. Here we are again. I also liked like the complete role reversal. Like here's John like dressed all nice and stuff, and you can actually see his face. But yeah, it's good to be back for me. Not so much for Dawn. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Timberdoodles. I'm a digital artist and I complain a lot. You can also find me on the Black Feather Twitch channel at 7 p.m. Central Time on Tuesdays for Champions of the Fae. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to next week because again, yeah, this really escalated.
Awesome. Next, Ran, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you'd like to share or plug?
It's me, Ren. You can find me on Twitter at Ren Plays Games, where I mostly post about map making now and the various games that I'm in. My favorite parts of this were, I really enjoyed the escalation of creepy, as Em pointed out. Also, we finally got to go to the library, which I've been wanting to do for the past 12 sessions. So that was exciting for both me and for John. And I liked that this random spotter was like, yeah, I can channel ghosts. Like, what is this person's life? I need a whole series about Beyonce, the random medium who lives in an abandoned house. Amazing. Also, just how Don has given up is kind of amazing. Just being like, I know physics. I can talk about physics. John, shut the fuck up about magic. Was great. I really enjoyed that. Things to share and plug. I am in another game on Mondays for Australia, I think Sunday evening for you guys, over on Reburied Occult, which is a D&D stream called Retches and Sketches, where the concept is that we draw as we play. So little cartoons of what's going on, and etc., which is good fun, where I play a character who is like the exact photo opposite of Jonathan. Like if you flip every color, you get Ankyline. So he's fun. You should come check that out. And
fun is a word. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? Ankyline is a delight. A pleasure to have in class.
Well, he did give my character a flower, so.
Yeah. I bought you flowers. What more do you want from me, woman? And then, I should be coming out with a module for Fundamental RPG towards the end of April, beginning of May, which should be fun as well.
I am so excited for that.
Which should also include some optional rule sets for different types of magic.
It's awesome.
Woo! Exciting. That's all my stuff.
All right. That just leaves a reminder about our sponsors. A big thank you to them, which is Fundamental RPG. As well, you can pick the book up on Amazon if you want a physical copy. If you prefer a PDF, or if you'd like to download the free quick play guide, you can do that at coffee.com/raven, like it's spelled in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. And that is a genre-free D20 system, so you can use it for any style of game. Also, Die Hard Dice over at dieharddice.com. They sell amazing polymer and metal dice sets and accessories. Highly recommend checking them out. Upwards of 90% of my dice bag is Die Hard Dice, and that was true before they were a sponsor as well. So, not just saying that because they're a sponsor. Definitely go check them out. If you use the code FUNRPG, FUNRPG, you can get 10% off of your order as well. And I think that's it. So, we're going to sign off here, but come back to, not back here, but our Twitch channel tomorrow, twitch.tv/Raven, like it's spelled at the bottom of the screen there, for Animus Absentis. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. It's our long-running sci-fi campaign. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't been watching already. And we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.